I was looking at that. I'm like, oh, yeah. All right. Oh, my goodness. I thought this day would never get here. Welcome to Soapbox Union. I'm Danielle Lowe, owner and operator of I Am Eve Events, and
I'm Cammie Tanner. I'm the owner and designer of boxwoodbureau.com.
so together,
Ta-da!
we make up Soapbox Union. And what Soapbox Union is we learn lessons from those that have gone before us, lessons, and take all the good that they did, try and implement it right now so that we leave legacies for everyone that comes after us.
And we just talk about funny stories.
Yeah, we do. And we just talk. So welcome to this special edition of Believe in Love.
You are like super animated today.
I know. It's, part of it's because sleep is on the down low and work is on the rise. But instead of just this being about my event, I kind of thought we should have a lesson on creation.
Wait, you're throwing a curveball at me because I wasn't ready for this.
You're not?
No, well, I was ready to talk about Believe in Love, but not...
Well, Believe in Love was my creation. And I'm going to do one more thing.
Okay.
I'm going to... this is an old post. Just 1 second. The first creation I need to make tonight is to learn how to post this live, so all my friends.
I have to say,
can
you're
interact.
like, and I'm just trying to say this in a loving way. You're like,
No, if you're going to say it and it's not lovingly, you better stop right now. There's no but to lovingly way. I'm going to say it like a cow and tell you the truth.
But you honestly remind me of just kind of an older person where you've taught the same thing over and over and over, and you still every week, how do I get onto my notifications? How do I share this live? Help me. I don't understand this. Do it for me. And you do this every week.
Okay, when I was first married, my husband's like, this was the question that I always asked. Dave, what time is it? Till it drove him bonkers.
But you didn't do it to drive him crazy.
No, I didn't. It was my sincere question. I had no idea what time it was. And
he still didn't buy you a Rolex.
He did buy me this one clock that flashed up on the ceiling. So you could just see it in the dark.
I used to have one of those.
Did you?
Yeah.
It
was
was
a little laser clock at night, and so I just roll over. Okay, that's what time it is. Okay, go back to sleep.
Anyway, yes, I know. It's like there's the beauty of that everything's fresh and new every day. But for those that are with me, sometimes,
we remember.
Those little, I have to form it into a habit, and it's not a habit. But,
well, it doesn't take 6 weeks for something to become a habit. You have to do it every day. I don't think we're going to get there, because we're like compressing 6 weeks, but all with a show. Never mind.
I don't know.
We're just never going to get there. But anyway, so we're going to talk about, but first, I wanted to ask you, because of this Believe in Love, and because of your conference coming up on Saturday, and because of our topic last week on Red, and I feng shuied you with all your...
Is my sister...
Feng shui?
Yeah, my sister she's like, are you talking about feng shui? I was like, I remember.
I really wanted to... I felt bad that I was saying it wrong, and I didn't want to be like those Canadians that say tacos and fajitas, and here I am saying feng shui and pasta. So, I'm sorry.
A boot. We should just start saying that too.
Or milk. But anyway, I felt bad because I was like that typical Canadian that screws it up in their pronunciation.
We apologize.
We'll say feng shui.
Feng shui.
Feng shui.
You know what I did do because of our red episode is I had 10 red fingernails and I scratched one off. So there was 9 because you should do 9.
Yes, that's right.
And now I have one left
But
one thumb that's left.
I wanted to know if anything came about from all your red goodness feng shui with your power of 9, with the red mat underneath your laptop and your phone to create business, tying the good luck charm to activate you. Did anything amazing happen this week?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it, because I'd love to hear. I want this update.
Okay.
Because then this is like, see, it works, the power of feng shui.
It does work. And I wish I had thought to reactivate myself. I mean that sincerely. But what I mean is, when you asked what happened,
Yeah.
I completely gave the universe my,
You opened up.
my intentions of all my definitions of success about this conference, all my expectations, and I just said, who needs to be there will be there. And I'm just going to let all my outcomes go, and everything is success.
Did you really?
I did.
That's really hard to do. I have to say, when you relinquish the control and just...
And the teacher in me loves control. The mother in me probably loves it even more. No, I think the teacher loves me more. Sometimes my husband and kids go, "You're being the teacher." And I'm like, well, sorry. But what it did is it kind of felt like little pieces crumbled, and instead of crumbling with those pieces, which was always my go-to in the past, I felt like calm and peaceful. First thing, because every morning of that last week, I started with a meditation. One of my favorites is the Kirtan Kriya, because you sata nama, you touch everything, you're just calm. And when moments would happen of complete chaos, because event planning is complete chaos.
It is complete chaos.
And if you're a control freak, you better never go into this, because you have to
can't
rely.
control.
You have to rely on everyone.
And you're having to problem solve all the time, and always have different solutions and backup plans, and nothing ever goes as planned.
Ever. And instead of crumbling as pieces fall off, I just really felt like, don't judge them, love them, they're on their journey. And a new person will come up. And throughout this whole conference, I have just seen someone come in, someone go out, something come in, something go out. It has just been a journey of love. I believed in love.
Isn't it good? What was that? But
I don't know.
Isn't it great, though, when you allow things to come into your life, when things fall apart, things will usually happen to overcompensate for the loss that actually turns out better than what you originally planned and set out for. Have you not found that? Because I found that so many times in my life where when I'm not controlling the situation and I am allowing things to happen organically and naturally, that I usually get a better result than had I forced something to keep going down that path that I wanted it to.
Well, okay, 40 years I have spent kind of being like, this is right, no, this one's right. Always hitting that wall. And I feel like the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years, it's kind of been this process of, okay, I'm going to just take it piece by piece. Instead of, in the past, I'd be like, here's 40 things I need to change. I'll set a goal for all 40 and do it good for about 3 weeks and crash and die. But these last few years, it has been like, let's take this piece. And before I planned or even had the idea of Believe in Love, the one piece I wanted to work on was time management. Oh, what a day to talk about time management when we are late for this show because of yours truly.
It's true. I was here 15 minutes early.
I know, and I told Jess I would be here. And the other thing I've been learning through this process is I have to own all the things that happen.
That's a good manager.
100% accountability. My fault. instead of blaming or excusing. So that's been a great lesson. Everyone should plan an event just to learn the lesson of don't blame and don't excuse your behavior.
Well, nobody's going to like you. It's true.
Anyway, so in creating an event, you have to just kind of let go of the outcomes, but have a really sharp
But
plan.
that's believing in love, isn't it? It's believing that your energy is connected out there, and that when you have the positive attitude and you're putting out good vibes and love and peace and goodwill, that it'll come back to you.
And sincerely, everyone that's been involved in this process, I've just seen little miracles all throughout it. So I started this. I would have never started on my own because I know me. And I'm kind of more of a group worker than a solo act. And so when I started, I had a partner, and she came in. She helped me make all the decisions that I needed her to make.
Mm-hmm.
And when she had to exit, there was a part of me that thought, no.
Change is hard, but it's necessary, because I bet you're looking back now and going, I can't believe I did this and I pulled this all off, and being proud of yourself.
Well, yeah, except for I do realize that I have not done it. Like I started maybe
But
the
you
idea
have.
and got the stone rolling, but there has been so many people involved. And so, like just...
But you're the one that brought them all together, that has organized them, that you're the person, the keystone
the
that
nucleus.
has brought everything together. Maybe you should believe in loving yourself a little bit.
I totally do. And it's not out of self-love or deprecation that I say I'm not doing this. It's out of I couldn't do it without all these like-minded people on board.
Mm-hmm.
So when my partner had to excuse herself from maybe a more full-time role, I had Naomi Wendorf of Awe and Growth. I thought we were meeting for a coffee or a tea or a hot chocolate. But I thought we were just meeting to catch up, and she's telling me what she's been doing, and I'm telling her what I've been doing. And she has been studying at the Leaf Institute in Chicago with these amazing people who learn to plan events, host events, teach at events, broadcast at events.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
Mm-hmm. I know.
And then she comes willing to let me help with your event. Let me tweak it for you. Let's make it more about them. And anyway.
I really and I remember the day that you called me to tell me about it, because you were calling and I didn't answer my phone because I was on the line, and you're texting, you're like, call me right back, and I'm like, what's going on?
That's right.
And then I tried calling you back, and you're like, I'm on the other line now, and we
I'm
were
like, I
just playing
found
this
someone
game.
to tell.
And I'm panicking. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And then I finally got on the phone. You're like, I just met somebody, and she's an event planner. And I was like, I'm
Right.
so happy for you, but that's not what I was expecting with all this panic on the phone. But I'm going to segue into a little bit of a topic within what you were just talking about, because in the Believe in Love, there is that bond of sisterhood, and there is so much strength in that. And when you have this sisterhood of women, whether it's girlfriends or a community of women, things get done.
Yes.
And they happen miraculously, and there is just an unbelievable amount of unconditional love within each other that we're like, I'll help you and I'll do it. No, have you not found that? And it just
so good.
And they just come into your life when you need it, and it's always women connecting with women. And I don't know what that is about or what it is, but there is just this secret club of sisterhood that all women are connected with. It's amazing. I wish guys could have it, but it's so fun that we have this, that no matter where you go, you will always be connected to women. You will always have girlfriends or women within the community that you learn from, mentor from, gain inspiration from, to help you because of that unconditional love that we all have for each other.
So one thing that I have been... Sorry, my brain just went to I still haven't added it on Facebook. I don't know.
Hand it over. Here, you just talk, and I'll get it for you.
So that's one of my most exciting things. I am excited to get all these like-minded, wonderful people
Where's your volume?
together. Right here's volume.
Oh, so much better. Okay.
So that's probably right now my most biggest. The thing I am happy about the most is that on Saturday, all these beautiful, inspirational, giving, kind people that are excited about helping, connecting, communicating. Ah!
Now, I should have gone step by step through that, but we'll probably do it again next week anyway. So
We're going to rehearse and practice. If you are just joining us, my name's Danielle Lowe, owner, founder, creator, and hopefully publisher
when you talk like that, that's so funny.
of I Am Eve Events. I am really excited.
I can tell you are. You're bouncing off the walls today.
And yeah, well, sorry.
No, I love it. It's great. It's fabulous. Keep it up.
Anyway, and this is my fabulous partner.
In crime. I'm Cammie, and I'm the owner and designer of BoxwoodBureau.com, which I get to be a vendor at your show, and I'm so excited.
So let's talk about vendors. Why? Why would you want to be a vendor at my show?
I don't know. Why do I want to be a vendor at your show?
Tell me, that's a question.
Well, again, it's within the sisterhood. I want to be a vendor because I am so excited for what you're doing, and I want to help you and support you and be there for you. So for me, it's not about selling stuff. It's more just about being a support to you and then being able to connect with other women. I know. But honestly, that's what it is.
Yeah, you know what? When I first started out in creating an idea of what I wanted, I thought, I need a community of people who together we can get some things done, like really make a difference. And as one person, you can only go so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 hands get you far, but not as many as 4 hands or 8 hands, and it just multiplies every time you add someone to the mix. And if we really want to change things or change what's happening in our city and in our country, we need more like-minded people together. And so my vision is that this becomes simple enough that these little events happen all around, all over the country, all over the world. And
you're wanting to change a mindset or create a mindset. Within a unified group of women that can just tentacle out into wherever they go.
Yeah, because my old self, I guess we'll call her, my younger, less loving self, spent a lot of time being jealous, a lot of time blaming, and a lot of time picking apart other very successful women so that I might feel better. But the lie was, I never felt better. I only felt worse.
But that's kind of a young person thing, don't you think? As you get older, you just kind of get more set in your ways, and you're like, I'm too tired to feel like that. I don't care. Like you just...
I find if you don't intentionally try and celebrate others, it sneaks in so easily.
It does. And especially as women, because we are very judgmental creatures. Oh. Very judgmental.
Which
I judge on a daily basis. I totally admit that. Not because I'm wanting to. It's just the nature of the beast.
You're a beast?
I know. I heard it before anyway. But women are very, very, very judgmental because I think we are so self-conscious and we don't build ourselves up enough to what we should be and realize our potential that we tear others down. So it is a constant minute adjustments or constant adjusting within the mindset to go, I shouldn't be like that because someone's going to judge me like that someday. I know karma is out there. But
not even that. Usually, and this has taken a lot of self-reflection and self-love, usually what bugs me about another person is actually myself noticing what I hate about me reflected onto them. It's easier to see it in another person and say, ugh, like, I can't stand her or him or them, instead of saying, what is it about me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you remember that saying, when you point the finger at somebody, oh, there's
There's
more
three.
pointing back at you.
that teacher was right.
They
that
were
mother
right. Why are they always right? But I totally hear you. Or sometimes we love something about ourselves just a little bit too much, that we compare it to everybody else. And so then we judge them based on, well, okay, mine is better, or mine, whatever, I do better.
So when you judge,
But the point is, we just judge.
the only thing you can get is vain or jealous. Both of things which will never make you happy. And as I've kind of realized, because it sneaks in sometimes, it does sneak back in, but I'm more aware of it. Like when I feel sad or icky or maybe mean or yelling, it's like right away my awareness that says, like, what's unhappy about you? Instead of like,
Why am I doing that?
Yeah.
What's going on with me that I have to do it?
yeah, like when I'm yelling, I'm saying to my kids, calm me down. That's a lot of pressure for a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old to handle. Like, no.
But they're so
I'm,
good
I'm
at
an adult. I'll calm myself down. You be kids. But anyway.
But that's especially something that with ADHD that you really find, because we have such a hard time focusing on certain things, and we have such a hard time understanding how things should be done, what order they should be done, how long they should take, and then it just comes into stress and frustration that is so completely unnecessary.
Yes.
But yet that's just the way that our brains work. Oh yeah, we both have ADHD, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. But we have to learn to understand that that is such a in-the-moment thing, and that it doesn't impact the bigger picture, so there's no need to stress out about it and get so worked up over it. I can't tell you how many times I have seen dog hair on my kitchen floor, and I'm like,
Sorry.
the whole house is just disgusting. I now have to clean the whole house, and I go into this frenzy, and it irritates me because there's a little bit of dog hair on the kitchen floor. I stress out about it, and I'm like, the whole house is filthy and disgusting.
Yeah.
And then my kids see me pulling out the vacuum and like dusting, and then I start going into, well, I've cleaned this, but now these cupboards are full, so now I have to clean out the spice cupboard, and oh, yeah, it dragged me this place, and so now I'm cleaning out this cupboard, and then it just goes into like this chaos over one little thing that is so unimportant, but yet we let it consume our lives and take over, and there's no reason for it. We're just putting stress on ourselves
For no real reason. So I have had to learn and still learn, and actually I probably should have learned this week to go back to my time coach, because she helps me prioritize what's important. And when something happens where I show up 15 minutes late to my appointment, she just says, what happened? And I'll say, oh, I was trying to make sure I listed all the vendors so that I could thank them for all their generous gifts. And then she'll say, so what happened? Until we get to the point where it says, I say, I didn't plan good enough. I didn't set my alarm that when it rings 35, you go get your coat, you go walk to your car. So by 6:40, you are driving to Jess FM.
So, and I know you've told the story of how you've met your time coach, but that is Believe in Love. That was sisterhood, unconditional love, that, you guys just connected, and she came into your life when you needed her.
Even you coming into my life.
I know.
Well, and let me tell you one thing.
Everything's just a cute story.
I asked Lily, what's your superpower? And she said organization and management. And my brain was like, oh, I would die for that superpower.
I don't think it's even possible. Can people really be like that? Does that exist out there? I don't know if it does, but.
And anyway,
it's
and
a
then
dream.
as we were talking, she said to me, oh, it was you and I and her talking, and
Yeah.
she said, I love being around creative people. They're so fun.
That's right. I do remember that.
And then that night, as I was thinking, that was so nice.
But you don't want to be like us.
That was so nice. I wish I could have that trait. All of a sudden, just this idea flashed in. Go ask her. And so I went and I asked her. The next day I saw her. And I said, will you do this? And she said, yeah, I'll do it for free. And I said, absolutely not. Because what you don't pay for, you don't value. Even, it doesn't have to be in money, and it doesn't have to be all the time. And there are times
This is
where
like
maybe,
a total mom lesson right now.
I know, where maybe you just need to accept gifts, because that is it, but with the intention of one day being the person who returns. You know,
Yes.
like I think there's a time to give, a time to receive. But as I was willing to acknowledge her gifts of organization and time management, she organized mine. And actually, she didn't end up taking money. She ended up taking for payment. My husband and I would take out her husband and her. Did I say
You
that
double
right?
date, but that you.
Yeah, but we pick up the check. And you know what? It was win-win-win-win-win.
Squared times 2.
Yes. To the power of 3. Okay. So if you are, would we need to do another if you were joining us? 'Cause I probably
You're good. Oh my, Danielle, where'd you get that amazing backpack?
What? This one? This one? Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, you got it.
Do you see my new logo?
No.
Oh, is it not on there? Oh, here. Look. This is my new logo. Because here's what I realized too. When I was designing my logo with my mountains and my eyes, my husband's like, that's not very nice. And I said some
Wait.
not very nice things to him.
Dave, who likes leopard print
That's right.
and red velvet.
I know. And you know what? Instead of just like taking that for maybe you should relook at this, I took it as a total personal insult, and I took his personal insult and I met it with a even bigger personal insult. Anyway, and then as I've kind of calmed down and thought about some things and heard a few more opinions, I thought, you know what? People are trained and they have skills. And I
Yeah.
should trust them in their skills. And so I found a fabulous designer who was able to create something I didn't even know I wanted. And did you notice that it looks like a maple leaf?
I did see that.
And
I did
maple
notice.
leaves means hope, connection, and I can't remember what else. But it's little women helping each other. And look, it even makes a W.
And a crown.
And a crown! Anyway, so
Did you know all of that was in there?
No! And then they're all connected with the circle of love.
There you go.
Anyway, so one of the really fun things that I have had with doing this is the generosity and kindness of sometimes complete strangers. Right?
Oh, because I want to talk about random acts of kindness.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice is that? So I do want to throw out Southgate Aesthetic. It's kind of like you know them from a friend of a friend. They donated a door prize of a $1,500 body sculpting treatment. What? Some
That's
lucky
cool.
contestant?
Is that where they
I
put
don't-
you in the machine and they kind of resuck and shape all your fat and then you're all curvy again? Is that it?
You know what? I tried to get a hold of them to kind of get some details. I know it's body sculpting without plastic surgery.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yes. Ah. Anyway, some lucky
What
girl
woman doesn't want that?
is going home with a $1,500 package.
Does $1,500 only do half of your
I
body
have no
though?
idea.
So
So you have to get the other half done. You can work that out in your consultation. 1/2
That would be
sculpting.
kind of funny. To buy one, get one.
No, it's really, really generous, really lovely. The other thing, we'd like to thank our fabulous Jess FM, who also bought four seats for 4 lucky women, and we haven't chosen them yet. So if you still have time to enter, all you have to do is hashtag JessFM and hashtag I am Eve on the same photo. So those 2 hashtags gets you
Where are they
entered.
going? Are they going to Instagram?
You can do it on Instagram, or you can at I am Eve Events, or is Jess FM on Instagram? Yes, we have a yes. And or Facebook. Just use those hashtags, Jess FM, I am Eve Events, and then post a photo about anything at all that means to you a woman. So, well, appropriate.
There are some restrictions on the
That's
photos.
Nothing that is. Anyway, with that said, I did want to shout out thank you to the wonderful sponsors, to the kindness and generosity of people, especially Jess FM. I have to also say, I went to one girl to get my teeth cleaned, and she's a dental hygienist, and she just opened her own shop. And she had so much integrity that she has worked for a dentist for, I think, 20 years. And she never told or mentioned to any of his or her clients that were through him that she had opened her own shop and has started this great direct dental hygiene. And what's so nice about it is she just took the time to
Build up her
explain
own-
things to me, took the time to tell me, even gave me this beautiful toothbrush, except for, you know what I did? I grabbed the wrong thing.
Oh,
Gave me,
no.
and she's giving everyone who comes the same wonderful toothbrush.
No
And
way.
it's soft bristles, but there's a bajillion of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many says on the package.
A
It's
bajillion?
A bajillion.
I'll have to see that to believe it.
But they're soft bristles. Do you use a soft or hard?
I have to use a soft because I am aggressive. So aggressive when I brush my teeth.
Do it again.
Aggressive. So aggressive. So I have to use a soft bristle toothbrush to not just wreak havoc on my gums because it's actually causing gum recession.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and then she's also doing a door prize for a free cleaning plus a free toothbrush, like the electric toothbrush.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to be so aggressive.
I actually, at one point, I had a toothbrush that had an alert meter on it. So if I was pressing too hard, it would like, so I was like, ooh, gotta back it off.
That's intense.
I know.
Oral hygiene. That will be our next week's issue. Intense toothbrushing.
Oh, the things they come up with these days.
And she also sponsored 2 tickets. Isn't that awesome?
That's very sweet.
Olivia from Direct Dental Hygiene.
Oh,
Thank you.
I know Olivia.
Do you?
I do, from way back in the day.
She is one of those people
She's
who
just-
has always been.
And she's always happy, always smiling, and she is so sweet.
She is a good human.
She is.
And she will be at my event.
she's part of the sisterhood.
Well, you know what? It really does kind of make you have like-minded people.
Like attracts like. And when you are a certain way, you will attract the same type of people. Just thought I'd throw that.
I'm like a magnet to you.
Oh, dear.
Science with Cammie.
That wasn't science.
Like attracts like. That sounds science.
Well, yeah, actually it does.
Magnetism.
Magnetism.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my glasses. But anyway, so, yeah, but like, what is that?
That's
supposed
your
to-
glasses. I was pushing up your glasses with tape on them.
I thought the knife was crinkle.
Did you think I was fingering you?
No, I don't know what you're doing. I thought you were putting on your third eye or something.
I've been using my third eye quite a bit recently.
Okay.
Okay. Back to Oh, so here's a cute little story too. Tracy from Kiss Designs. I cold called, emailed her probably on Monday because I just thought,
As in yesterday?
yep.
Oh.
Or maybe wow. No, it might have been a day or two ago. Not very long ago. Time means nothing. Time coach, come back to me. I just cold called her and said what I was doing and just offered if she wanted to be part of it or donate a door prize, and she did.
What is Kiss Designs? I don't know what it is.
She creates jewelry, all from stones and...
What?
Yeah, and she just...
Well, that sounds fun.
Right? Someone's going home with her necklace. I didn't have it today because she forgot, and I said, I understand. I know. I know. And then so many people. Quilts by Dolores. She was a cold call, too.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's going home with a quilt.
That is amazing.
I know. Thank you.
You got some good prizes.
I have some fabulous. I actually... Boxwood Bureau, tell us what you're giving up.
I don't. I'm going to keep it under wraps.
You have to wait to get it in your swag bag. Well, I am going to tell you some of the things. One girl donated, Heather Hall, donated a pedicure and a manicure for every guest.
What?
Is going to go have a pedicure with her.
That's really cool.
Yes, and I'm having home-based business, Perfect Peacock, Arbonne, Chloe from Arbonne, photographers, Jackie from Herbalife has given us things. Oh, Keely from
And the
Meg.
list goes on.
I am actually going to, in the comments of this video, I am going to list all my fabulous, generous donors. And you can also go to IamEve, www.IamEve, and see pictures, and I should put in links. I just don't know how to do that yet.
And that is a gift of love because they didn't have to do that.
They
There is no
didn't.
reason for them to just go, I don't know who this Danielle girl is. Yeah. Keep on moving. That's really sweet of them.
And also, Boxwood Bureau has helped us a lot, too. It has been really good.
So I want to say, because I was going to go into random acts of kindness in the part of the believe in love. And I just have to say, I will admit, one of the reasons why I am still holding strong in this conference, because last week, I was having a bit of a breakdown, and we did have a chat on the phone because I was bawling and in tears because my week had been so stressful and life had been so stressful, and I'm like, Danielle, I don't know what to do. But I didn't want to let you down, and I wanted to support you. And I will admit, one of the things that was going through my mind was at the Christmas craft sale, you stayed behind until the very end and helped me load up everything, my display. And that thing was a beast and a bear. I can't believe I even hauled that all myself.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When you told me, no, go home, I've done this before. I'm like, that? You should have never done that.
Because out of all my friends and everybody, nobody came to the show and supported me, and even nonetheless stayed behind and helped me load up. And you did. And that stuck with me, and I just went, you know what? It's 11 o'clock at night, and it's cold, and we're hauling out this massive display to my trailer and loading up all that stuff, and it was a gong show at the sale with everybody else trying to pack up. And you stayed, and you did that, and there was no reason for you to do that. And that has made an impression. So I just can't let you down, girl.
Aw. And for doing that, you're like, oh, I'll make you that little tin for your purse that you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was like tin for my purse. I'm like, Cammie, this is huge.
It was a big tin.
And it was lovely. And you know what? That's what I mean by it. It's not tit for tat that makes friendship, but it's actions. And
it totally is. And you know what? And all ships rise on a higher tide. So it's one of my favorite quotes. And when we are all supporting each other and loving each other and not expecting anything out of it, that's when we become the most successful. And we all seem to just become successful out of it.
Okay. So I was trying to pick up the necklace from one of my vendors.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'm going to run into the store. I didn't know it existed. And it was the Stoketown Cafe.
Have
you been there?
I know Glenn, who's the owner, and I actually did a craft show there. Well, a year and a half ago. So, but he's a great guy.
Okay, so I said, "Is your owner here?" And it was Glenn that I met.
Yeah.
And I said, "Glenn, here, I'm doing this event. Would you like to help?" And you know what he said? It's not working for us right now. And I thought, that's totally fine. I don't know you from anyone. And I said, I don't even know this cafe. Tell me about it. And he said, we've been around since 2017. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. And then I said, I get it. And I just went in line to go buy a herbal tea. I know you're not a mint teayer. I got a mint tea, and it was delicious. And a pain au chocolat.
Ooh.
But they called it like a chocolate croissant. But it was a pain au chocolat. And it was really good. And then all of a sudden I had this idea, like, hey, if I met you halfway, would you donate? And he did. And I thought, oh, right? So 2 people are going home with $25 gift certificates, too.
Fantastic.
Stoketown. And it was really fun. And that's probably been one of the funnest things, is just networking and meeting all these like-minded people that have been
It really
amazing.
starts to change your outlook on people.
Yes.
It does,
Yeah.
because then you start to realize that there are a lot of good people out there, and people really just want to support each other.
Yes. And just the generosity. Like when we went for that one tea at Umami, and I just thought, I might as well start asking people. I asked Patricia, can you donate something? And right away she said, a cooking class. I have always wanted to do a cooking class there. And I did the sushi one that they had.
Yeah.
And to this day, that is the best sushi recipe. I've looked online and stuff, and it's never as good as it was when
you did it there.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't even do it there. They sent home a package, and then it was online, and you just
that's
acted
fun.
out with them. Yeah, and it was so good.
Yeah. Lethbridge is so great for that. We have so many people in our community that are always doing stuff like that. And sure, I'll help. Sure, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
I just love Lethbridge
And
for that.
even, so Haley Stupart, I met her just at a party. And you know how you kind of, I like that girl. That's how we met. And even meeting her, she said, after your show, like, I'd like you to do, she interviews women and has this little network and community that I thought, what? This is so neat. I want to be part of that too. And she's donating face masks from Unique for every participant too.
Cool.
Yeah. I know. Fun. So many people, so much generosity out there. And I think we need to be reminded of that. Because sometimes news, you hear all these bad things. But I don't believe it. I mean, I believe them. They're happening,
But change your focus from
Right.
so much negative to
there are
the positive,
so
because
many
there's
good.
so much good out there still.
Yeah. I agree.
Still.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be exciting to see what happens the rest of the week and what happens up until the day, and have it all come together. And then Saturday, you're going to be on just such a high to know all that hard work is in action and in motion. And just, I can't wait to just meet the other women that are going to the conference.
It is, seriously, there are some amazing people. And one thing, too, that I should shout out, and I won't say names because I know they wouldn't want me to, but some of the people that I love that won't be there that day have made it possible for others to be there. And I think that's pretty awesome.
Really cool.
Isn't it? I feel like this is going to be, can I say an exhibition of love? No, that's just a community. How about that? Sounds better.
I honestly was at a loss of words. I didn't know how to respond to that.
Okay, I mean, a community of love.
It is. Yeah.
All the way down. I was telling this to Cammie. Part of my organization and time management, and just not being sure about the numbers and the margins of throwing this out, I thought one way I could really, like save money and make it personal and still offer a high quality service was, my mom is a French cook. We grew up homemade everything except for bread. You buy bread in France. You never make it. But
Why
fortunately,
is that?
because there's a boulangerie on every corner.
Oh.
And why would you bake bread when they have this special oven to make
I guess that's true.
beautiful baguettes?
And so when you squish it, you hear the crunch, but it's soft inside, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
delicious. Anyway, so she doesn't make bread, but my mother-in-law bakes bread, and she taught me how.
Oh.
Aw. So every gram of flour, unless you're gluten-free,
Don't point at me. I'm not gluten-free. I'm good. I'm going to be...
it's soup, salad, and sandwiches, and it's going to be delicious. My neighbor, who is from, she's from Canada now, but she grew up in Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
She's the most delicious cook, and she said, "Oh, I'll help you do your hummus." So it's going to be
Really?
super good.
Wow.
Yes, and a big tabbouleh, salad. So we have Caesar, the spinach, creamy poppy seed,
Mm-hmm.
and then the tabbouleh.
Mm-hmm.
We have soups, French onion, but which isn't as good because I can't make you you just have to add your croutons and cheese. Not as special as all bubbly and melted. Potato that my mom is graciously took on, a kind of a chili or taco soup, and carrot ginger.
Ooh.
And
Fancy.
and I bought this stuff for spicy Thai because it's one of my favorites. But if it doesn't turn out tonight, it's not on the menu.
So we're experimenting tonight.
Yes, we are, because that's what we do. We believe in love. Who am I not? Maybe I am the best chef you've ever met in Thai.
Who knows?
Spicy Thai chicken soup.
Might be another miracle this week. Let me tear that red ribbon on you and activate you so that soup's going to come out. Boo! Amazing.
Oh, and I do want to say, so from the tabbouleh, Petra Pharmacy, which is the pharmacy that their family owns, straight on Mayor McGrath, they're donating all these spices that are these Arabic spices and cooking.
I was
and
hoping they were going to donate some Xanax for us all.
Well, they are putting she said in their pharmacy they have that. Believe in
Everybody gets a pill. You get a pill, and you get a pill.
Everyone will leave happy.
Sorry.
Not that
Continue.
kind of but they are. She's doing like a general pharmacy basket. But she said, can we include? They have a little Arabic section that has the best canned chickpeas to make hummus if you don't have time to soak your beans. Because
That is a common problem I run into, is finding enough time to soak my beans.
Well, okay. I always ask, why does your hummus taste so much better than mine? And she said,
You soak the beans.
well, you soak the beans. I'm like, time out. They're in a can. How do you, and then.
She pours them out of the can and then soaks them?
No.
Or dry
Chickpeas
chickpeas?
with a little bit of baking soda in the water.
Oh.
Baking soda.
Why? Why do
You'll have
they
to
do
ask
this?
her. You have to come to the concert to find out. Or come to the convention.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it helps with the cleaning or the softening. Baking
Anyway.
soda on your teeth cleans them, right? I don't know.
Sure. So you put the beans, dry beans, in the water. You soak them overnight, and then you cook them, and then you mash them into hummus. Is that?
Well, okay, so
I'll ask her. I'll just ask her.
Yeah. So anyway, she showed me once. It's kind of like the phone thing. Oh.
She showed me once,
Okay.
but every time I do it, now how do I do this again? Just kidding.
We have some fantastic. Levi and Austin, our catwalk, is giving us a little gifty to give away there. So many people have been absolutely generous. You're going to be blown away when you see the comment section of how many people are giving. How is that not supposed to create just this environment of awesomeness?
It's gonna just be
It's
off
the
the chart.
The foundations are awesomeness, so it can only be wonderful. My only fear, no, not fear. Going forward,
Mm-hmm.
I think in my brain, I thought of every fun thing in one day and just shoved it in a day. So it's 10 to 10.
Yeah, that's a long day.
Which people are like, whoa.
She's ambitious, that girl.
It is broken up, so you move, that you're not just listening to people, you're participating. And there is a break for supper, like 2 hours. I'm hoping that people stay and do the dance party with me, because
she wants to, and she's going to be out there.
So I know my sister and I are dancing. Are you staying?
If there's the chicken dance,
yes, that's how
I'm in.
That's how we're starting. How'd you know?
Classic. You cannot have a dance party without chicken dance.
Na 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 na. Anyway, I don't know. I'll put it in the lineup. Then followed by a country line dance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else.
The Macarena.
Whoa, it's like you know my playlist. The whole city of Lethbridge is going to come.
Britney Spears. Oh, baby, baby.
Spice Girls are in the house.
What a repertoire of music. This is going to be amazing.
Followed by a slow song, Backstreet Boys. Anyway. Yeah, there's so many generous, I can't even begin to.
That's okay. We're gonna see them all on the day.
Comments. Yes, and in your cute little backpacks, fake baggies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do want to mention too a little bit about the speakers, because that's kind of an important part. So what I wanted to create was this feeling or this energy of your story exactly how it is important. Matters to you and to those around you. And even the parts that you might be tempted to push to the side or hide away are sometimes the very connecting pieces of your puzzle to forge a better friendship. And so I found Jennifer Oviatt. She's flying out from Vancouver to come be with us and take us through really discovering your dreams, your desires, your ambitions, your thoughts, your feelings, what you truly, truly want, and then creating kind of a plan or a map or a guideline
of how to get there.
Yeah.
Cool.
So she's going to do that. Then we eat lunch, and then we have Sinevi Seeley from Edmonton, who is a coach up there, and she kind of coaches all around the world. She's lived some time in New Zealand and in Edmonton, and this last Christmas she was back in New Zealand, and now she's back in Edmonton. Her choice. She's coming to tell us about a new day, a new dawn, really becoming and being who you want to be with that belief. And then Dr. Shirley Steinberg is just kind of have you ever met someone who can talk to anyone in any crowd and makes you feel absolutely special and amazing?
She's that.
She is that. And a bag of chips.
Ooh.
Like, just fun. Anyway, and then the other thing that I decided to do is, because I believe that everyday simple story is important, throughout the event, I call them vignettes, and no one knows what that means because it's kind of my dream child. Not the idea, just the word vignette for that thing. I think the other world uses vignette for its own purpose. But what it is, it's just local people telling real, authentic moments of their story where they're just going to share, and hopefully you connect and understand that our stories, all of them, matter and connect us and join us and lift us and inspire us to say, you don't have to be defined by that moment. You can use it as a springboard to help and lift and gather others.
That's great. That's going to be so exciting. That's what it's fun about these conferences, and having these women that are so knowledgeable and so powerful that you get all this mentoring from them. It's really fun.
Right? I have a 93-year-old lady in the house who is also my grandma.
Oh, dear.
But she's going to be there. How cool is that? All right. This episode of Believing in Love was brought to you by I Am Eve Events. No, I'm Danielle. Someone told me, you look like an Eve.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think? Eve or Danielle?
I don't know. I think you're a Danielle.
Oh, well. Shoe Tree disagrees.
Okay.
Just joking. And
I'm Cammie from boxedbureau.com. And is that who am I sponsoring you?
you kind of are.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah, because you also have a door prize.
I do.
Someone is going to be going home with a matching tote. Hey, did I tell you I was going around in the Boxwood Bureau handbag, and someone says, I have one of those too. And I said, sister!
I am going to be launching my new line in a couple weeks. You might have to get another bag.
That's okay. Awesome. So we are thanking you for joining us on this almost Valentine's edition of Believe in Love.
Almost Valentine's.
Almost Valentine's edition. Almost. And we love you. Peace out. There are still some tickets, but you missed the early bird pricing.
Oh, dear.
Oh, shucks. But it will still be worth it. You'll still get your money's worth. Thank you to all our generous sponsors. You can check them out in the link below. I feel like an official YouTuber when I say that.
Yeah.
Because they always say, check it out in the link below.
But all you're doing is pointing down. You're
I feel
official,
like,
Danielle.
click now, subscribe. There's nothing even in the link.
No.
Sorry. Lies.
She just wanted to look professional just by doing that.
I sit throne of lies. Okay, hopefully they get there tonight. Or you can check on my website, too. All of my sponsors, well, some of my sponsors' pictures are there now, and they'll all be there in just a bit. Awesome. Good night. Believe in love. And go be good to someone.